So people always ask me, when's the best time to hire a real estate attorney to help you with a transaction, whether you're buying or selling? So my advice is always, and when people ask me, I always like to say, when you get a pre-approval and you just start looking for homes, just ask around for referrals for, a few real estate attorneys locally, and speak to them on the phone, just get a vibe. You don't have to meet them in person necessarily unless you're selling something and there's an issue with a specific house, or there's an estate issue, or there's specific issues. And if you want to meet them in person to get a better feel and just discuss your questions. But the worst time to find an attorney is when you have an accepted offer on a house that has multiple bids on. And even though Brooklyn's not a seller's market that the house goes in, 3 seconds, if it's priced well, they are going quickly, as we could see very much so in our office. So the worst time to find an attorney is when you have an accepted offer, you did inspection, there's an issue, and you're like, now I need an attorney. So, because then you're in a rush and like you can't make the proper decision. And so try to find an attorney early on in the game. Now, what's important in an attorney? So obviously someone that's price is not a factor for me. Most attorneys charge pretty much the same amount in the area that I work in Brooklyn. It's around $2,000, whether it's $2,200 or $1,800. Don't skimp on that. Some charge $1,600. Don't skimp on $200, $300, $400 on an attorney, because what they save you, the headache that they save you, and the negotiations that they could possibly do, is more than $400 or $500. So if you need any referrals, definitely can reach out to our office. So what do I like about an attorney? I like someone who's accessible, someone who's, and it's not really nice to say it, but I like to deal with people who are humble, not ego driven. They're like, oh, I'm the one that sets the rules, sets the tone, and like, I'm not negotiating with anyone. I'm going to be firm. I'm not giving in to anything. You can't have that. It's all about giving in, and what you're comfortable giving up or giving in, right? That's the whole game of, in when you're negotiating a contract, when an attorney is negotiating a contract. In New York, brokers, real estate agents and brokers don't put together a contract like they are in Jersey. We just put together a deal sheet. When we have an accepted offer, we put the buyer's attorney info, the seller's attorney info, and they communicate with all the terms, contract price, whatever terms. But we put together like a paper. It's called a term sheet, a deal sheet, same thing. And then the attorneys communicate. Typically, the seller's attorney sends seller's attorney sends the contract out, and they start communicating. So that's how it goes. I like when an attorney is accessible. I'm not saying that if I email an attorney at 3 o'clock, he has to answer me before 5. I get that. But if I send a deal sheet out on a Monday morning and it's time sensitive and the attorney didn't respond and can't be reached till the following Tuesday, that's a problem. Unless there's an emergency. I also don't always answer, but I have staff who will answer. So that's something important to ask an attorney: your accessibility, your availability, your turnaround time. When I send you a deal sheet and an attorney has a deal on the table, let's say you're a seller and you have a buyer and it's a good buyer and you found another house and all the ducks have to be lined up, you need someone who's accessible. So accessible, he's going to fight for you without just saying no to everything. Obviously protecting you 100%. That's different things that I found in an attorney. Obviously creativity, thinking out of the box, explaining things to first-time home buyers or even someone who's leveling up to the next level house, going through a contract and explaining everything, making them comfortable. That's basically it. Have a great day.